The purpose of this video is to tell you a story about something that happened yesterday while my wife and I were preparing to go on a little road trip up and down the highway near where we live. We'd be gone about a half an hour, just enjoying the countryside and the beautiful late fall day. I was backing my car out of the driveway, and my wife was nearby waiting for me to get the car out of the carport while she was looking at the yard and checking out the neighbors, just waiting for me. I backed out, and when I opened the door, she got in. She was amazed, and she said, "You will not believe what I just saw." She was only out there less than a minute. What could she have seen that would make any difference at all? I mean, what could have happened? She said, "Our neighbor over the way there was changing his tire in his driveway." Now understand, anybody that lives on the side of the road that I live on is living on a slope like this that heads up to the peak of the mountain, which drops off like that. He was living on a slope like this. He was up at the top part, and his house was way down below. She said, and I could tell myself because I looked over there and saw the aftermath of what happened. She said he was changing the tire. He took the tire off. He set the tire on the ground, and all of a sudden the tire started rolling down the hill. And she said the tire hit his car and put a tremendous, great big dent in the car. It actually looked like the car had been hit by another car. I could see it from 200 yards away. It was a tremendous, great big dent in the car. And the man had just sat down and collapsed on the ground, putting his hands in his head, on his head, for this disaster that had just occurred. He's looking at maybe $2,000 worth of damage to repair his beautiful little mini compact car. It looked like a Mini Cooper, by the way, one of those little fancy kind. But now, even from 200 yards away, it looked like it was junked. And that reminded us of a similar situation that, I mean, the first thing you think of is, how can somebody be so foolish to do something like that? The second thing we thought of was, this happened to us 50 years ago. I mean, this identical thing happened to us in a different way. I had a new little Ford Courier pickup truck. This was in 1976, I suppose, 76 or 77. I was about 26 years old, and we didn't have much money. My wife was just starting out her career. I was writing a novel, and I paid the bills by having a paper route. I had the biggest paper route in town, and I made a nice income delivering newspapers 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So there we were, Sunday morning, in our driveway, and we had newspapers all around in the car. We were folding the newspapers. We'd drive a little bit, then we'd stop and fold some more because they're big, fat Sunday papers. And we were just starting off the route. We were in our driveway, which was on a hill that led over here to a busy road and down here into a ditch. And we just had these great big newspapers everywhere. They were in my lap, they were on the floor, they were all over the car. I had an automatic transmission car, as I recall. Anyway, Ginger was driving and I was in the passenger side of the car. And for some reason she got out of the car, walked away, and the car started drifting down the hill. She couldn't jump back in the car. I couldn't get over to change the gear or to put my foot on the brake, so I just go down into the down the hill, picking up speed every second. I have no control whatsoever. I could have gone out into the busy highway. I could have gone down the bluff, no telling how far. But there was a convenient telephone pole. Bam! And my new car was smashed. And we had no money whatsoever to pay for that repair. So the repair basically was needed for the remainder of the life of that car before I sold it sometime later to somebody else. So my initial instinct was to say, why are these people so stupid to allow their car to be destroyed by a tire rolling down the hill? And then I said, I did the same thing. We did the same thing 50 years ago. So I guess there are two morals of the story. Any other dumb thing that somebody else did, you probably did worse. So don't get on your high horse. And the other thing is, be careful, be mindful, go in slow motion. Don't get in a hurry. Take things easy does it. Because you don't want to have that kind of repair job and that money going out the window. And by the way, it was only 2 years ago, as I recall very vividly, that I backed my car right into the side of Ginger's car, which was parked in our driveway. So these things happen. Just keep your eyes open, and above all, don't get in a hurry. Thanks for watching.